Okay, thank you.
All right. We have started recording. You can put your hand down now. Mhm. So, like I said we'll be starting a new project. So this will be like our final project for the last. Today is Tuesday, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So for these 4 days, we'll be creating something that looks like a project, which is we'll be going into brand identity designing, which is logo designing, right? And how to create like a full brand guide completely with its brand patterns, brand colors, and as much as we can, right? So, but for me to do that, I'll be creating a new page. So this page that we have created here, we are done with them. It's still saved, right? But I'll be creating a new page entirely for this project, and you'll be doing same, right? So you can see page one, page two, page three, page four. So everything you'll be doing has been inside your design class. You have not been creating new pages. So to create a new page, Control N. So we'll say Control N, or you click on new whatsoever. You already know that already. So I said my width size will be 15 and my height will be 11. My measurement is inches, right? And we've emphasized why we use inches in our classes. So we'll say okay, and would have this, right? So I can make it come to height or to page, to width, whatsoever. So these are just like measurements that we use here. All right. So there are a whole lot of tools here that we've not explored yet. I think we've used the shadow, we've used transparency. So as we keep going on, we'll find out when we touch maybe at least the envelope tool and maybe extrude and blend and use them in the class. So you can see there's a lot of tools in here. So you can also try them out. Just try exploring this beautiful software and you find other things that will blow your mind. So I'm not going to, should I save yet? Oh my God. So we're not saving yet. Let's just start talking first. So today we're talking about logo and brand design using CorelDRAW. So we'll be understanding principles of logo design and branding. So how do you make a good design, right? So what are the steps you can take to actually achieve a good design? So all these logos you are seeing everywhere, how did these designers come up with them? Did they just go online and Google somebody's logo? This is a true story. So I guess I told you guys at the beginning that I myself, I didn't really learn design from like a design school, right? So it was after secondary school we had to go and learn from a cyber cafe. But basically what we were learning there was how to type very fast using the typewriter, and later on you will now get promoted to using a computer for typing. So as time went on, we were taught a bit of designs here and there, and we kept growing. But at that time at our shop, if we should get a client, my boss would most times go online and look for a logo that is already done, and we'll just bring it in and place on the letterhead for the person. So there wasn't really like this is how to design a logo or this on this and that. So I was the one that took personal course on by myself from that same design group that I joined, right? So design is a community where you help yourself. So when you make the right friends, you see people who are making good designs. They are flyer designs, they are poster designers, they are logo designers, typography designers. So at the early stage, you have to like be in all the water, right? So you make friends with everybody, try to see what they post. If they have their own private page, you follow it up, their own YouTube account, like I have, you follow it up, and you kind of like get a mentor from them, ask them questions. Most times they are busy, but if they are not too busy, they help you out. At the beginning of Nigeria graphic designers, we had people who were running like free classes on WhatsApp, on Telegram, even till now, right? And I got the opportunity to get into some of these groups and practiced with them to help myself. I gave myself 30 days challenge on logo design, which I didn't finish most times. So, but all these are stuff that helped me get better because I kept on and going on, right? So there are steps to making logos, right? So if you don't follow these steps rightly, you would end up designing trash. So let's explain what is a logo and how does a logo help a brand. So if you get to understand this, you know what you need to design. So a strong brand is built upon an effective logo and a comprehensive branding strategy, right? So I will show you a sample of a brand strategy. I think we did one for our last class. Let me check. This is C12. I'm going to check C10. All right, all right. Yeah, so this is C10. So we said an effective logo and comprehensive brand strategy. So this is a simple brand strategy. There are some brand strategy that are way longer than this. So this is like 21 page brand strategy. So we created a logo for TechForge. The video on how we designed this logo is on that YouTube channel. So you can go and browse it out. So this is what like a brand identity guideline looks like, where we have the how the logo was formed, explanation of the logo, the logo in various formats, the colors we used. See them. We have the X codes, the RGB format, our pattern, the font that we used, the logo in icon form, and since it's for a class, we created just limited stuff. The other stuff that used to be in the brand guide, like the do's and the don'ts, how to place the logo, um, a whole lot of stuff. So most times it's also depending on how much the client paid for the style guide, depending on how much we would go into it, right? Then we create like brand materials, like a business card, ID card, letter heading, and then we arrange them in this kind of formats, right? In beautiful formats. These are just for like presentation. See a billboard we created here and here, and some merch on the shirts, a whole lot of stuff, right? So all this help us to like show the clients how this logo can come into life. So when you hear people charge high for logo, like there's like some people charge 100, some people charge 500, some people charge 1 million, some people charge thousands of dollars, depending on how big they are or like the kind of connects they have. I don't have that kind of connect yet. We are still below 100K for now, right? So it's not only about designing the icon. So some clients will be like, "What? Why are you charging so high? Is it just because you're designing an icon for me?" It's not about the icon. There's a whole lot of thinking that goes into design, right? So apart from creating this guideline that takes close to like a week, even not even close to like 2, we'll send the logo to the clients in various formats, like in JPEG, in AI format, in PNG, PSD format, various kind of variation, even GIF, and as much as possible that the client would need, right? So all these documents are needed to help the client understand what we're talking about, right? And how that brand would excel in the market. So logo design principles. What are logos? So logos are a visual face of a brand. So the face you see. So when we talk about MTN, we're not talking about the man that founded MTN. The moment you say MTN, what comes to your mind is the logo, right? So that's why top clients, top brands, they don't shy away from investing much when designing a logo, right? Because they understand that their logo is their face. It's just like your full body. Your face is very important to you because your face is what people see. If you have 6 packs inside of your, it's only when you off your shirt people will know, or you have hairy chest. It's when you off your shirt people will know. But your face is everywhere, unless you wear jalamia, right? Your face is always, is it jalamia or a veil? You wear a veil to cover your face. Your face is always open. So people say your face is your face card, your selling point. That's what people see. So your logo is kind of your face, is the face of the brand. And designing them requires adherence to core principles that makes them memorable, versatile, and impactful. So you can underline those words. The logo needs to be memorable, versatile, and also impactful. So when you get these 3 pointers when designing a logo for any brand, always have this in the back of your mind. This logo, when we say memorability, it means that when you design a logo, right, show it to somebody, let the person glance at it for like 5 minutes, let the person go away, call the person back, give him a biro and a paper and say, can you draw that logo I showed you right now? Just try sketching whatever you remember. So if people can remember the logo you made, it is memorable. For example, the Apple logo, the moment I say it, you can actually visualize the Apple logo in your eyes, right? Because it's the Apple logo. And one thing that makes a logo memorable is when the brand has used that particular logo for a very long time, right? So there are some clients I know that when they design a logo today, in like 2 months' time, they are changing their logo, especially those ones that don't want to pay, they want to pay a designer. They are using all these Canva templates, using free stuff that are not logos, right? Or going to AI to come up with something. So you just give the AI a name. You can even do it now in Meta AI. Give it a name, tell him to come up with a logo. It will come up with something. But that something is not really resonating what your brand is about. So it takes a professional graphic designer to like give you what your brand would work with, right? So if over a year you see that this logo is not like aligning with my vision, you would have to change it. And when you change it, it means that you now start to market all over again. But let's take, for instance, how long has Nike been using the same Nike logo? How long has Adidas been using the same logo? How long has Coca-Cola? How long has Diesel? How long has Beloved Designs, right? It's been using the same logo. So when that logo stays for a long while, 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40, over how many years, whenever you see that logo, you would recognize it even without being told. So for memorability, that's why when a designer is making the logo, it needs to be extra careful so that it makes a good logo that will stand the test of time. All right. Then the logo needs to be versatile. So when we say versatile, it means that the logo should be able to work on various platforms, whether they are going to have a television station where their icon can be, or a phone app, or be it on a pen, be it on a letter heading or a business card. The logo should be able to work in various ways, meaning the logo shouldn't just be horizontal. You should have the horizontal format, you should have the portrait, you should have it as an icon. Sometimes you might have some rounded shapes around, depending on the kind of brand you are facing, the kind of problem you are solving. So the logo should not be rigid, right? So we have gone past the time where when the logo is blue and black, everywhere with blue and black. As you can see, samples here of the mock-ups I made. Some places the logo was white and blue, white all through. So that's part of the reason why we create brand guidelines, right? To help the client see this logo in various lights and say, wow, this logo is white here, meaning that, let's say I'm sponsoring an event and their brand colors for that event is red. For me, my color is blue. So let's say, for instance, they want to place my logo on their banners. I can easily send them the white version of my brand, right? Or black, and they place it on their stuff and it still comes out well, right? But when people see it, they'll say, okay, this is still Tech Forge, all right? So the logo needs to be versatile, needs to be able to work on various mediums, right? And when you see the logo on a billboard, you recognize it. When you see it on a little pen, you recognize it. And the logo should be impactful, right? It should be impactful. Even though currently in our design sphere, currently we are going for like minimal kind of design where everything is looking very simple and straightforward. If you check most of the brands that have rebranded, if you look at their font type, you see that almost all the brands, their font are looking like the same. Take, for example, look at Google, look at Free Peak, look at MTN, say, whatever kind of brand you're looking at, their font is looking likely like what I use for TechForge, right? Everybody font is looking likely, it's minimal, something straightforward, so that people can, for legibility, people can read it easily. Then the logos are sometimes so simple. You might be like, if you are a fan of a football club, you see that the Juventus logo before was different, that they changed now to letter J. So simple than before, right? But if you go deeper to understand what the designer did there, go through the brand rationale, you get to understand the hidden messages in that design, right? So even though we are going for minimal designs, those designs still need to be impactful, still need to like pass a message. It might not pass the full message in only the icon, but when you now start seeing the full brand guideline, you get to understand the message that that brand is trying to speak, their brand vision, their brand statements, even their brand ambassadors. All right. So let's do a little practical. We'll analyze some well-known logos and we'll get to know what makes these logos distinct. We've already talked about them already. So the first logo we'll be looking at, let's say the Nike swoosh, and I don't know why my browser is always going here. So the Nike swoosh logo design. So a Nike swoosh, the Apple logo, and the McDonald's. So I think we'll just do um the Apple logo design and the Nike swoosh, so that we'll move on to what we want to do, our own personal practicals. All right. So we said we'll be looking at Nike and the Apple logo to understand how these logos embody principles like simplicity, memorability, and versatility. So if you check at the images, you see the Nike logo, you can see it in various forms, right? Both on their shoes, maybe on the track suits, maybe they are making like a, if you're following MTV base, you see most of the time MTV base create stuff like that, where their MTV logo is changed in various form, or you would have seen Google change from time to time, right? So this is Nike and history of Nike here also. So this was their logo from 1964 to 1971. They were called Blue Ribbon Sports, and they changed to this in 1971. So in case you don't know the idea behind the Nike logo was created from a wing. All right. So there was this Greek goddess. I think what's her name? Let me see if I can find it among these pictures. I think the Greek goddess was Nike also. Let me get Nike. So you can Google about it, Nike. So Nike is a Greek mythology, ancient religion. Is goddess who personalized victory in any field art. So she's like a winged goddess that like a wing. So the logo was actually gotten from wing. I'm looking for an image, but if I'm just saying it, now you might not. Yeah, so we can use this one to represent it. So something like this. So if you look at this wing here, you notice that it looked like the Nike logo, right? So this was the idea that the designer used when coming up with that design. So this is a goddess for sports, arts, and she represents strength. And if you notice, Nike makes sports brands, right? Sports athletes promote them and stuff like that. So the idea was from there. So you can make more research about that. But what we want to look about is the Nike logo embodying simplicity. Simplicity. So you see, the logo is so simple that even a child in kindergarten should be able to resketch this logo, right, using a pen. Even we now, if you want to redesign this logo now, it's going to be way very very easy for us. But that doesn't mean that when the designer was making it was that easy. All right. So logos like this, they are simple, right? They are memorable. So anywhere you see the Nike logo, you definitely remember it. All right. It is versatile. It can work in various places, right? The logo can also is timeless. I don't think Nike will be changing their logo anytime soon. They've been using this logo since 1995. And this logo was $35 at the time it was made. $35. That should be how much? 9 Nigerian naira, right? So it's timeless. So same with the Apple logo. So the first Apple logo was designed by company co-founders Ronald Wayne, and it featured a detailed illustration. I'm going to show you the image here. But the one they are using now was designed by Rob Janoff, right? His name is Rob Janoff. So the first one was a picture of Isaac Newton sitting under a tree. That was when he discovered the law of gravity. When the apple fell, so he had to like think about something. So his picture was used. I'm looking for where they have the one where he's sitting. It's showing very well. Anyhow, this picture clear enough. Let me copy this one. This picture is not that clear. You can find a more clear one. So here is a tree with under. So this is Isaac Newton here. So they drew it. So this is like a complete picture of him. That was their first logo until they changed to 1977 when Steve Jobs they came up with the Mac that was called Macintosh. I think it was the Apple that has the first color. So they created this logo to have colors like this, and Rob designed this, and they changed to black and this and this, and finally to this. There's not really a change from here to here. All we have was just change of colors, right? And you can see in various kind of products, they can actually change their colors if they want. And this is a logo that has taken the test of time. And I told when we were talking about colors, I said that Apple was one of them when they were talking about black and white, which stand for like exclusivity, right? So that's one of the things that Apple use for their markets. People like Apple, Nike, Adidas, Puma, you see that they are kind of designers meant for like rich top people, even Samsung, right? Depending on the kind of colors that they are using. So apart from designing a logo, you have to learn how to design or develop a brand identity system. So let's understand what a brand identity system is, and then you can proceed. So a brand identity system encompasses a consistent visual representation, right, of a brand, including logos, their color schemes, and their font. I guess we've already touched them here. Their color schemes, their fonts, and their design elements, their brand patterns. So it ensures that all the brand materials remains cohesive, right? So that was why yesterday when we first created this, right, from the logo here, Drive Me, that there's something that ties the design together. That is the logo, the colors, the patterns, the kind of fonts we use. So whenever you see these people design, you definitely know them, right? So the brand identity system makes a brand maintain their standards, make them look cohesive and recognizable, right? So we are going to develop a brand identity system for a fictional company. This exercise will involve define the company's primary and secondary colors, their typography, and creating logo usage guidelines. So this practical exercise emphasizes the importance of brand cohesion, right? So we have already analyzed well-known logo, and we'll also do a practical there. We'll also practice sketching logo ideas and refining them into digital designs using CorelDRAW. So let's say we want to create a logo. What are the first things we do? So in this segment, you will learn how to use Corel to design logo and create branding materials that align with a brand identity. So that's what we'll do for the next 4 days. We are going to spread it across. We'll apply what we've learned about logo design and branding by designing a logo and creating brand materials such as business cards. We've learned already, but we'll also do it again. Letterheads, a lot of stuff that will also play out as time goes on. So, what is the first thing to do when you want to design a logo? First things first, you have to have a client, right? Because it's the client that's going to give you the name of the brand, that's going to give you something we call a brief in design, right? So the brief is going to contain the information of the clients and everything that they want you to do, right? So we would have to like ask for a brief. So since we don't have a brief, the only thing we'll be able to do is to use AI, right? So we're going to use Meta AI to come up with those content. I'm going to go to WhatsApp. I'm going to use Meta AI. so I can create like a very, very good brief for us, right? So I'm going to explain that later on, but let's just this. So we'll say create a brief for a business that wants to design a brand identity for their business, and also a name for the brand. And so they make it into a design brief. So we'll wait for it to. Now there are some clients that cannot create brief. Let me see, did this guy even understand what I said? Sometimes this guy does not understand me. So we'll say, I need you to be the client. Give me your brief. I hope he gets this time. Oh, this guy is still giving me drive me. Not drive me now, bro. For an entirely new brand. Difference. Please, we don't have time. Let's see what they did here. So their name is, the name of the brand is Bloom Bistro. All right. So Bloom Bistro is an upscale casual restaurant serving farm to table cuisine, focusing on seasonal ingredients and creative dishes. So we aim to provide exceptional dining experience. Objective, develop a distinct brand reflecting our passion for quality food and hospitality. Design stationery materials, business card, letterhead, menu. Okay, we'll do all those later. What they want. So now we'll be explaining all this. So they want a logo, icon, word mark, and combination. So I'll explain what type of logo we have using this. So there are 7 types of logos. All right. Or I think it's 8. So let's see types of logos. So as you can see from the brief, the client told us the type of logo they want, but we have especially 7 types of logos, right? So we have the monogram logo, wordmark logo, Victoria mark logo, abstract logo, mascot logo, the combination mark, and the emblem, right? So you might have been seeing a lot of logos and you don't know what they mean, right? But there are different types. So the monogram logo, which is like similar to the letter mark, or you can call it the letter mark logo. They are logos that consist of letters, usually the brand initials. So like the short form for your name. If you say NTA, National Television Authority, right? So their logo consists of their names, the first is in them. So like IBM, CNN, HP, 8B, as you can see. Yeah. So this kind of logos, those are what we mean by monogram, or you call them letter mark. Then word mark, which is kind of similar to letter mark. This one does not take the initials, right? It takes all the name and changes it into an icon. So we have Visa, Coca-Cola, Google, Facebook, even though Facebook also have F icon, that is the icon logo. That Facebook word also is kind of their logo also. So it's a wordmark logo also. So wordmark logos works very well when a company has a succinct and distinct name, a name that people doesn't know. So You just want the name to be ringing in their mind. So they make the name of the brand to become their logo. Right? You can see here, they want an icon logo, wordmark logo combination. So it means that I wanted to say combinating. It means that we'll be combining the icon and the wordmark together. Right. So there's also a logo like that, right? Which is the combination mark. I think we have it down here. Yeah, the combination mark. Then we have the pictorial marks, which is kind of popular or known as the logo symbols. You can see Apple is there, Twitter, the former logo, and bullseye, target bullseye, right? So these pictorial logos, they kind of like represent the name actually. So if we should say Apple, you will see the apple there. If the name of the brand is car, you will see a car in the design. So they are kind of symbolic. When you call the name, you'll be able to see what the brand is saying about inside of that logo. Right. So a pictorial mark, sometimes called the brand mark or a logo symbol, is an icon or graphic based logo. So it's probably the image that comes to mind when you think of the logo, right? When you think of the logo, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Then we have abstract. So abstract is kind of different from the pictorial. So if you see Adidas, you say, how does this represent Adidas? Or how does this represent Pepsi? Or how does this represent BP? All right, Startbus logo, all right. But I think that when you get to understand, go through the brand pattern, so if you check the brand guideline, you get to understand what the designer was trying to do. So that way it's called abstract. So you might look at the logo and not actually understand how this represents the vision until you get to hear from maybe the founder or hear from the designer. All right. So they are mostly geometric form and they represent the business, right? Like all logo symbols, abstract marks work well because they condense your brand into a single image, right? The full information, they bring it into one, right? So, however, instead of being referred to a picture or something recognizable, abstract logo allows you to create something truly unique to represent your brand. Then we now have the mascot logos, right? These ones, they look cartoonish, right? They're mostly, I think most cuisine use them or schools most times sometimes use a mascot logo, right? A mascot logo is simply an illustration of a character that represents your company. So you can just give it to an illustrator like how we did. You sketch, create a new character, and that can be the icon that represents your brand, right? If you are eating all these cocoa pops, cornflakes, stuff like that, chocolate, you see most of them create mascots like this, and sometimes they even bring them to life, right? And then we have the combination mark, right? Which is where you mix both the icon and the text together. So combination mark is a logo that comprises of both combined word mark or letter mark and the pictorial mark. So it can be that you combine everything. So as you can see here, we have word mark, letter mark, pictorial mark, abstract mark, or mascot. So the picture and text can be laid out side by side, right? As you can see them here, either together or underneath it. And I think combination mark is one of the most popular logos, right? Then we have emblem. So emblem mostly used for universities, I think some churches also, stuff like that. So emblem is very, very good for that. These logos tend to have a traditional appearance for football clubs. You understand? So these are the 7 types of logos. So I'll make you make a research and find out when and where to use these 7 types of logos. All right. Then here, let's go back to our brief and see what our clients want. Icon, word mark, combination. We're going to use combination and combine everything together. So color palette, primary, secondary, they didn't give us the color that they want. Guess we'll have to come up because this AI sometimes they want to give us like the X code and the kind of fonts they want, but no while will come up with it. So who are their target audience? It's the foodies. Wow. Health conscious individuals, special occasion diners. So they are fresh, seasonal ingredients, creative cuisine, welcoming and atmosphere, elegant, modern design, nature inspired. Now, deliverables, right? Let's talk about deliverables. This is another important part of design a logo. So there are various design files, the vector and the raster. By now you should know vector and raster when we did the illustration. So vector files are the files inside of the CorelDRAW, right? So guys would need them also if they want to print at top quality. Sometimes some files, we can get top files by saving what you design in AI format, right, or APS, whatsoever form, and send to the client, right? Or, or, or raster software we have in CHOS, they have JPEG time, right? Oh my god, internet went off. We are back again. So PNG is needed also. Then color palettes. You need to give the client a color palette, right? We already discussed how to create color palettes already when we did color theory. So the color palettes will help the client to guide them in case they want to make other designs. So they will easily know the colors to use, the colors that represent them. Then typography, that is the fonts that you use, and then guidelines. Then you now make some stationary designs like business card, letterheading, and stuff like that. Now, as you can see here, this is like a compact, like complete brief. You can see they gave us a submission date, concept submission in 3 days. Then we make revision and final day. So the project should take like 5 days. So design consideration, stuff they might want to see, incorporate floral or botanical elements. Like the name says, bloom. Use earthy color tones. Let's see, what are earthy color tones, Seth? I think that should be like green. Fine. This is what this guy wants. Oh my god. Guess we already have colors we can choose from. I just need something a bit bright. At least these colors are too dull. Oh, are we? We'll use what our client said. Okay. So I'm going to copy this stuff. We're just going to place it in here first off, separately. So we already have the colors they said we can use. So we'll select from this color palette later on. Then we are still studying this brief, getting to understand it. Creativity, originality, alignment with company mission and values, visual appeal. So I want to just ask one more question. What kind of icons do you think your brand resonates with, or you would like to see in the design? So for Blossom, I would love to see icons that evoke feelings. Wow, you can talk. Nature, leaves, flowers, branches, or botanical elements, fruits, vegetables. Wow. Chef's hat. I think this is too cliche. Simple and minimalistic and with clean lines. Wow, why is people going for this kind of stuff? Cherry blossom, hand drawn herb, minimalistic chef hat or apron, a stylized fork and spoon combination, hand drawn or illustrated, simple flat designs, watercolor, blah blah blah, earthy tones. So now you are getting the colors we're talking about. Okay. So now that we have studied all this, all right, the next thing we should do is to take the brand name out. All right, so we'll take the brand name out. So these are steps we take when making designs. So let me put the name here, Bloom Bistro. That is the name. So let's save the page. We haven't saved, so I'm going to go into our design class and say Bloom Bistro. Let's put project at the front. So now we're going to do something that is called mind mapping. Right? We would have, if we were a physical class, we'd have drawn it on our board and use our lines marker to like create stuff. So mind mapping is where we break the brand name into two and then begin to find words that complement this. So let's not think about ourselves. We have AI to help us. So let's say Bloom. Words that represent Bloom. Let's see what these guys are for us. Flourish, grow, thrive, expand, radiant, fresh, flower, petal. I think mainly flowers or garden. We cannot put a full garden in the design. All right. Growth. We have seen growth in various places. Then joy and happiness, serenity, optimism, flourish. Um, what of bistro? Let's see, what does bistro mean? I think it mean like steak or what self. It's more informal, it's not a tree serving simple, moderately priced meals. Quickly, right? Okay, there's also another word there, quick. All right, I've seen words that represent this. We'll come back here. So after we've done this, after we've finally gotten like an idea of where we are going to, the next thing we should do is to start research based on what we've seen, right? Based on what we've seen. So we're going to now search for other designs that other designers have made that aligns with this same type of things. So the best site we are going to go to for this, we're going to go to, I think we're going to go to Dribble Direct. There are other ones we can visit like Behance also. So there's Behance.com. So this is Dribble. So it is like the Instagram for brand designers or sorry, or logo designers. So you see, I have an account with them also. So you can open accounts with these guys. It's free. So in case you later decide not to be a designer, you can find designers here and sorry, my people are back again. So here we are going to like search for bistro logo. Or should I just say Bloom? Let's start with Bloom. Let's say Bloom icon. and see what's bloom look like. There's a whole lot of bloom here. So we can actually save these items and bring them into our design space. So what we are going to be doing now is creating a mood board. All right, so we're going to create a mood board that's going to direct us on what we want to design. So we can save or we can copy. I'm going to save inside here. So this is like a design that another designer made. So any needs with what we do, we're going to be seeing them. Let's look for growth. So this research sometimes take a whole lot of time, right? Okay. And most of these restaurant logo are so bad. Mhm. It's a very nice look. Grab and go. You can actually see the hand, the and letter G. Let me see if I type bistro. I will see what other people have done with bistro. This is actually nice. Oh god, this is awesome. Spaghetti bistro and okay. I think we'll spend enough time here. Let's just copy what I want. I'm going to take this one also. So you can save as much as you can, just for inspiration. You get. Yeah, that's spaghetti that. So this is the last one I'm saving. All right. So then on this page, I think we're going to leave everything here to create the mood board. So we'll bring everything inside here, import. All right. So this is everything. So after you've gotten these ideas, the next thing you should do is you now sketch. That's where you're going to have a problem, right? Because I'm going to be sketching here on my paper. All right. So I'll try to sketch and take a picture and send to our WhatsApp group. Right. And we'll bring our sketch inside. I might look at the sketch and try maybe recreating what we have in our sketch, but we can also search for those particular icons that can work in that way and we'll be good to go. All right, so let's create this Bloom Bistro. Bloom, Abi, to play. I'm looking at this stuff we have here. Thinking of trying to create something similar, but with our own font. You might be thinking, okay, where will I put our say the color? The bloom. So we have like circles in the center. So those circles I can actually look at here. This guy create something just like this. Maybe make some circles or stuff, just stuff around the chair that will make it look like bloom, like something that is blooming. You get just like they have leaves here that's around here. If I get just one correct, I can now duplicate it So I'm just drawing here. It doesn't mean that what I drew here, what I'm going to use. So I might actually have to use a font inside here and then convert the font and make a cover out of it. All right. And another option I'm going for is to use like a plate, right? Plate that is used for serving food, right? But the plate wouldn't be like your normal regular plate. The plate is going to look as if it's blooming, right? Just like what we have here. And I think in when we're making our charts here, there was where we were told to mix maybe cutlery. I think spoon and fork. I don't know where that one is. It is the beginning. There was something else I said. What kind of icons? Stylized fork and spoon, right? So we can actually find a fork and a spoon that looks just like an icon and bring it into the design. All right, so you might not be able to see what I just sketched now, but I want to take a picture. The sketch looked very, very rough. So there's not enough time to like create like an actual sketch. We have like 20, I have many minutes left right now. I'm going to go into our group and send a picture there. Davido. No. Come on, this picture should send fast. Okay, since I'm waiting for the picture to come in, let me just type this bloom. Okay, we already have bloom here. Why am I typing it again? I'll just duplicate this. I want to look for a font that's kind of okay. I think my message have come in. So this is what I sketched. BLOOM bistro. So I'm going for like a combination mark where we combine both the text and something that look like something that is flourishing. All right. And here was the plate something that looked like a spoon. So most times you might not really be good at drawing, right? You don't really need to be very good at drawing, but most times it's good to sketch because when you sketch, you're able to like have a direction of what you want to do, right? So it's not like I can't sketch. Okay, let me show you like some sketches I've made over time. Because we are managing time, so I might not have to make all the sketches here. So you see, this is like a sketch I've made before for another brand. So this is from my sketchbook. So if you cannot like make actual take like because we don't have enough time, like take enough time to like create sketch, you can just create like very rough sketch that's going to give you like a guidance of where you're going to. And the other shortcuts we are going to use in here now. All right, so I'm going to look for like a font that let me save that stuff. I'm going to import it so that we can see it as a guidance of what we want to do. So this is not the kind of font I was thinking in mind. There's this particular one down. Nope. This is kind of looking nice also. Looks. Please don't hang on me. Oh, these fonts are easy to download. So we'll try another one. I'm looking for a more thinner one. Kind of looking like a font that connects with each other, see if it's rolling. Like when you see grass moving together, like kind of representing growth when it's moving together. So if you have gotten the first font, you might just keep it aside and then look for another. So this font that I'm looking for, okay, this looking like a food font also. So I'll duplicate it again and find another one. Nah. Okay. So like I said, you're not going to just use the fonts just as it is, right? I'll break these fonts apart. Control K, and I'll teach them to how me I want them to look like. So I want to borrow something from here. Instead of drawing all this stuff all over again, I'm going to like quickly trace. So I want to use this bloom stuff they have here. I'll ungroup the objects. don't know, but that font is not really working well. I don't think this stuff is working now. That's to do with the fonts. I wish it's just one letter O. It's the double O that's kind of giving me a bit of issue. Oh no 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 no. Okay. Let me increase the airline of this stuff a bit. Make it a bit rounded. This is not going to work. So I'm thinking maybe we'll put the bloom outside it instead of inside. Let's see how we'll scatter these seeds around them. So just to test this first one. So you see the design, we made them in black and white first off. I'm going to go to another page here. Let's just place this. Oh, design logo visual. I like the kind of color they used here. Or even this one. So might not even stick to this again. So let me take out because I add in colors. I'm going to copy out the colors, make it into a palette, and try it out on the design. All right. So I'll use the dark color on the blue. Let's see how we'll spread this color around. This is my first option. We'll end there, create another option. Here, this other fonts will go away. So I said I wanted stylized, what did they write there? Stylized spoon and so let's look for a spoon and fork PNG. I'm going to save this one so that I can edit it to what I want to do. So I want a plate that look like this. I don't really have that plate here. So we're going to draw our own polygon and increase and I'll reduce in here. It's having like a sharp edge, but I don't want that sharp edge. So we have to give it airlines. This airline is getting too much, I beg. So I'll convert this stuff to an object. So we don't have spoon icon here. So this one that I download, I'm going to trace it out. So I'm breaking it, Control K. Ungroup the object. We're going to look for a way to rotate this stuff. This guy is not looking as I want it. It's too much. I'll go nowhere. It's your body. So I'm welding this together. So for stuff like this, it means what we're going to use here is going to be like just a normal regular text. I go. Just hold on, I'm just trying out something. Is this really looking like a bloom? It's not really giving me that bloom vibe. Mm-hmm. 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 Hold on, let me try again. Mm. He's looking like an angry face. Oh my god. If you guys are seeing what I'm seeing here. Mm. Mm. Let's try the same thing for this one also. No, if this was a food brand now, I'd have killed this design. I say food brand. If this was like a tech brand. Really, it's taking a lot of time. Tomorrow we might come up with another option again. Or is the details becoming too much? When I'm making these designs, you guys are not even to speak. Mm. Oh, I thought I increased now. 1, 2. Oh, you just be here like that. Do not notice. So by tomorrow we'll make explanations for all this icons that I've put in here. Currently, my head is not here. Even these colors, we might have to change them because I think this green is too looking. Maybe I have to try out my original colors. It's a bit too dull. This font, I won't even lie. The font is not. Oh shit. Unless I want to add like an airline to this. The airline as much. Because I need it to have like round edges so that it will complement. All our edges here are kind of rounded. So meaning this one too we have to change. Oh, I kind of love this one now. So what we do is that we are going to stop here, right? Then by tomorrow we're going to make like a vote on which one we want to use. He said this is I look like who went to my DM to send me message. Please put in mind, remember what we have been working on from our brief. We are trying to create a bloom, right? Something like a leaf rounded stuff. So that's the essence of this rounded stuff we have here. Like I said, this is not like the final stuff. So we'll still have to like select and make what we want. Select the last one. So I want to do something here now, right? I want to add like an extra color in here. Mm, 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 mm. So I've changed how this circle look like now, so that it wouldn't look like that person said engine. I'll be too quick. So it's not necessary. Bye bye. Let's remove this stuff at the back, so it wouldn't look too complex. You can see our two options here. This one is this. Why this is? So this is option one. I know. Didn't use this color last. So by tomorrow, we're going to now select between the two of them, which one we're going to use as like the logo for the brand, and make some edits, and then start spreading into oh my god, creating a rationale behind them. So it's already after 5, so I can't start making rationale behind them. So I will explain the ideas and concept between these two tomorrow, and then we'll get to select which one we think suits towards the brand info we have. So most times when we send stuff like this, most times the two logos might be rejected by the client, right? Based on how much the thing does not really spell out what they want. But for now, we are going to just say we are going to two final options. Remember, we have limited time, so can't just like walk so deep. I didn't have enough time to like create enough sketch, right? So we have to like create something simple as this and work with it. All right. So tomorrow we'll continue. So please tell other people we have started this thing already. So this is how you keep practicing and you would get better. So there are other brands we worked on, not just this one. There are other, you can find them. Look for the day 7 class, can go and count back from every other the class on to create logos. Some of them were not like this. There are other different approaches we went to get here. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. So just try and be on time, and please beg your other people to be in this class. You guys are too small. So if you have any other question, please don't ask question now. I can't even answer you right now.